Fuck you, you piece of shit bike. I'm good.
Traversing from the ocean through the misty, humid mountains to urban landscapes, arid canyons, and vast farmland, the Cross-Washington mountain bike route is not a path for the weary soul. It's a journey which tests your perseverance and grit while offering a true sense of the character and beauty of the land and its people. The route starts on the west edge of the Olympic Peninsula, near the town of La Push. The journey east follows a path north of the Olympics via moderately maintained national forest roads, over 20 intense miles of single track, and of course the wonderfully paved Olympic Discovery Trail. I opted to take a detour up to the Dungeness Wildlife Refuge to watch one of the most stunning sunsets I've seen to date. The route then cuts through the foothills of the East Olympics, after which a ferry ride took me across the Sound to a surprising number of gravel roads and trails around the Seattle area, all the way through the Cascades. The rain caught me at this part of the trip, but quickly subsided as I followed the Palouse to Cascades Trail into the rain shadow of central Washington. From here, the route cuts through the Colocum Wildlife Area and the Washington Palisades, with some of the most brutal and unforgiving roads I've ever encountered, paired with multiple bike failures and of course many curse words that go along with it. The route drops south for a while through the sand dunes of Moses Lake, and the remainder of the route followed an old rail line, passing through canyons formed by immense lava flows and ice age floods, into rolling farmlands and small towns until the easternmost edge of the state. Once I reached the end of the state, I had a few extra days available to me and decided the adventure couldn't just end there. So I connected to the Trail of the Coeur d'Alenes in Idaho, then following roads up to Coeur d'Alene itself, and finally looping back and ending the route in Spokane. I carried everything I needed on the bike, although I faced my fair share of logistical setbacks, which were always supported by locals offering to help and friends I encountered along the way. So, out here on the road, stupid pannier bolt broke off on both sides. So, luckily I have a friend 30 minutes from here that's gonna pick me up. Let's see what happens. On the front of the bike, I kept my tent, clothes, and sleeping gear. In the middle, I had water, food, and cookware. And in the back, I kept bike repair tools, camera gear, first aid, water filter, rain gear, and my trusty solar panel to charge my devices throughout the day. Going through the Olympics, I realized I packed far more than I needed to, with a lot of the items I normally take backpacking. Outside of a few select sections, civilization was relatively accessible, so you're able to get away with a little less self-sufficiency. I used the opportunity of passing through Seattle to drop at least 15 pounds of weight from the almost 80-pound bike. I spent most of the route camping, but often if I could make it to a small town by the end of the day, I would opt for a hotel room. My favorite non-remote camping spot was by far the Traveler Rest area in a tiny town at the end of the route called Tico, which had a nice secluded grassy spot to pitch my tent right near the quiet town center. It was towns like these, combined with the random encounters, the acts of kindness, the stunning scenery, the physical and mental challenge, and passive observation of the culture and environment across every side of Washington, which offer a thorough reminder of just how amazing it is to exist on this beautiful blue dot of a planet. When you complete a big physical challenge, a lot of the time it's as part of an event, with food, beer, people cheering, celebrations, and a finish line. For this type of adventure, there was no finish line, no crowds cheering you on, just an anticlimactic intersection of roads next to endless farms. But I think that's the beautiful thing about it, because in many ways, it offers a metaphor for our existence. Regardless of your religion, we know for sure that we are guaranteed a nondescript block of time for our fighting chance to exist. Success is a made-up concept. We spend so much time chasing it, using it to define ourselves and even oppress others. But for all we know, the end of the road might just be a random field of Idaho potatoes. It's not my place to judge the morality of this. Humanity can choose to set morals in whatever way it pleases. I myself follow many of the American ideals. But if our self-imposed value is arbitrary, it begs the question, why live? Part of the guarantee of existence is the human ability to experience love, joy, happiness, and creativity, sometimes even in the most grim circumstances. This guarantee exists only in the past and the present. Looking at the future as a target leaves you more willing to forfeit the time that you have at your disposal. We have the ability to make friends out of nothing. We could hear and learn from the stories of others. We can experience a full range of human emotion and appreciate the beautiful landscapes and sunsets, laugh at odd situations, and the freedom to go do almost anything you feel like doing. You can even find purpose in working to reduce the suffering of others, hoping that future generations have a chance to experience the same amazing things that you did. I did this journey for my own desire to experience the full range of humanity while exploring Washington intimately. If there's anything I hope you get out of this video, it's a desire for you to find something that is both meaningful and pushes your comfort zone greatly. And maybe share that with others, not just on social media either. At a minimum, take some time to hug your friends and family, meet some new people, and go watch a sunset or two. It might help.
We're in Idaho. Let's go.